Welcome, everybody. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story. Start the episode, and my microphone was muted. Yeah, it's a Halloween special. I mean, already gremlins in the system. I cannot believe that. I've just had about 10 minutes of gold with our guest, Alex Brooker, and the whole time it's just his side of the conversation, which was the better half of the conversation. But I'm fuming, right? I will do something with that. I'm going to clip up those bits to make sure that works. Unbelievable. Well, welcome, everyone. It's always nice to start with a rant. Usually I'm ranting about my score. Now I'm ranting about how much of an idiot I am. Now, look, it's a Halloween special. We've got, look at the start of this. Made by James Mobbs. He makes all the tech stuff. He's a fantastic guy. And he does it for free. He probably spent about an hour on this, so that's why I'm showing you that. Oh, no, I pressed the music now. Right. I'm still angry about my week. It's festering all week, and I'm now worried about being in the World Cup and having to worry about being 2 millionth in the world during the World Cup when I'm watching England draw against Iran. But listen, I am not going to spend ages here. I've got a few Halloween footballers that I want you to enjoy, right? Because I want you to write in with your best Halloween footballers. Okay, so first of all, I've got Peter Cech under the bed. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, Kieran the Rippier. Not as good. Lucas Horror. That really doesn't work, that one. But Lucas Horror. Yeah. And then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Yeah, okay. Write in with your good ones. I wrote those very quickly, right? Now, without further ado, because poor Alex, right, he's my guest today. Poor Alex, he's already been on the show, and then I realised my mic was on mute. This is the story of my season. Right, I'm bringing Alex up now. He's a wonderful guest. He's a good mate of mine. Please, ladies and gentlemen, it's Alex Brooker. Hello, mate.
Hello again.
Oh, I'm sweating. I'm sweating here.
I think what I love is you delivered the second time you delivered the Halloween footballers, you'd lost faith in them a little bit more.
I'd lost faith in them the first time.
But Lucas Horror, the first time you delivered it, you didn't explain what it was meant to be. So I now get it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Alex. Right.
I'm really glad that this is where we've started, because otherwise I was like, oh,
for the whole episode, you'd be worrying about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that's. But now it's been clarified.
Lucas Moura.
I have a clearer head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. So, right. Yeah. Now, look, we've missed all the stuff where you told us about your brilliant shirts, so we're going to do that quickly, right? Yeah. So you've got 2 brilliant shirts. You got Thierry Henry, you got Dennis Bergkamp. Now, you're a big Tottenham fan, right? So big Arsenal fans. So where did you get the shirts? I'll tell you what, I know, because I asked you earlier. They came from the last leg when they used to get.
They gave us gifts. Not by the way, I just like to make very clear.
Okay.
Not from Adam and Josh.
Oh.
Me and Josh stopped getting each other presents years ago.
Why? Why did you stop getting each other presents?
We just get Adam something every year because he says it's too stressful to think about.
To be fair, I can imagine Josh getting quite stressed about what to get.
So we're like, it's like with like sometimes like me and my brothers don't always get each other.
Yeah.
I won't get you anything for your birthday. You don't get anything for me because it's just too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
So we're like that. But these came from Open Mic Company that make
oh,
they're
very nice,
amazing gifts. But the Henri the canvas in the middle.
Yes.
That really enough, it actually was a present from my brother, and I think it looks quite.
Oh, it's perfect. Cool. That's the Leeds one when he came back.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest Emirates moments I think so far.
I had a ticket for that, and didn't go.
Oh
yeah. Man. Thought, we're playing so bad, and we're going to lose to Leeds. I missed one of the greatest Emirates moments ever.
Oh, I was up working in Leeds, so.
Oh, well, yeah.
You watched it in a bar in Leeds.
Oh, did you? Did you?
That was not the atmosphere to give it.
No.
It really wasn't, mate.
Oh, and you've got a lovely stuff. You've got a pool table. Go on.
Yeah, pool table.
Yeah.
People at home, I know what you're thinking. That's not one of the things you'd think Alex Brooker would have in his house. Yeah. But it came with it.
It came with it. Okay. Yeah.
I can play a little bit. The Peloton is mine.
Peloton, look at that.
Really,
log burner.
Really, but the thing is, behind the Peloton, you'll be able to see there's I've got these artworks in the house. I've got a Ghostbusters one.
Oh, nice.
I've got a Home Alone one. I know this isn't to do with.
No, mate. I like this. This is exciting.
I really want to show you my Home Alone.
Pull up behind the curtain.
This is my pride and joy.
Oh wow, that is beautiful.
Yeah, I got it made last year, and it's literally.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, it's all it's absolutely unreal.
That is
It's,
beautiful. See, we've got some
welcome
artwork.
to the Craig David.
Oh, look at
A
that.
little clock on top there. So yeah, that
Oh
was.
my god, please gonna come round.
Yes, mate. Anytime you like.
That is amazing.
Anytime, mate. So
Well,
yeah,
listen. Now I know you're a big fantasy football fan. Now I know this because I was doing a little sketch for the last leg, and we got chatting about it. And you went, oh yeah, I forgot to do my team, and I immediately lost all respect for you. But at least I know that you play a lot of fantasy football. You're big into it. Tell me. Now you've been playing. I know this. I had a little bit of research, right, which I did via the website. Now you've been playing from like before I was born. Like, wow. You've been playing since 2006-7.
Yeah. So we played at a uni, so we just like we still got the same uni league.
Oh, really? So tell me about that.
Rutland Avenue was our street where we lived in Liverpool.
Okay.
In our final year, so we've had the Rutland Premiership going since then. Weird enough, it says 06-07. But I won the last year in our house, 05-06, and that was Fantasy Premier League. I'm sure it was.
Right.
So I actually was playing before that. Maybe it was just under like a different.
So you've been playing for years.
Yeah, I've won the Rutland Premiership. I'm getting to the levels of City dominance.
Really? So that's how long you? Is that one of the? Oh yeah, the Rutland Premiership. You're number one at the moment.
Yeah, I've won. I win it most years, but obviously, that tells you the standard of my other pals. Like 5%, in it. And it's like this year, my mate's just having my mate Lee's every week on our WhatsApp group when he talks about his fantasy league team. He's just like, I'm sick of this, and he's cost himself points and then transferred out players that have gone and done like something amazing. There's weeks when he's like not captain Haaland, and there was ones where even when like everyone got onto it, like I was a late captain of Haaland. Like I think my biggest problem so far are twofold this year.
Yeah,
I played my wild card when I should have kept faith in the team, because actually the reason why I wasn't doing as well in some of the leagues was because I hadn't captained Haaland.
Right, yeah.
Those hat-tricks, the Forest hat-trick and the one before it, I can't remember who it was against. So I remember I had Jesus as captain for one of them.
Did you get his big week? Did you get Jesus' big week?
No, I didn't. Okay. So I put him in after the big week. And then I had Salah, the week when Liverpool beat Bournemouth 9-0.
When you captained him, yeah.
The only one who did it, like. And then after that, I've had Haaland all the way through. I won't change it now. So I lost ground on everyone. So I was like, I need to do something here. Went and played my wild card. And actually, I don't think I needed to. The teams, I'm quite, as I say, last week, when we were talking about the midweek games, and we were talking about whether or not I was going to play my free hit.
Yes.
Because I had some Arsenal City players. And I was about to play the free hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept thinking, and then I just got waylaid with the kids. And I remember logging on.
Because you missed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I logged on literally dead on 6 o'clock, and it was letting me do the transfers. You know, it says updated.
No, yeah.
It was letting me do them. And I just thought, if I press confirm here, and it says if it's after the deadline, they'll just go. I just thought, well, I can't do it.
Oh.
I didn't want to be kept with all those players, because then it would have sorry.
That's all right, don't worry.
Done me for the following week. So I just ended up having to just
stick with what you had.
Now, I'll tell you what the mad thing about that week, and the mad thing is that I got 32 points that week when I had only, what was it? What did I have?
Oh, that was the blank week, wasn't it? Oh, so yes, sorry. So that's the week where you didn't use your free hit, right? Yeah.
I had 5 players playing. I got 32 points, which was the same as the week before, and I had 11.
Oh my! I know, but I know this.
And then last week, though, mate.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to.
Oh, you've smashed it! 63 points, 65 points.
So, and the transfers for once, you know, Almiron I put in got 10 points.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about Almiron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Madison's come back. So Madison, you've had a touch there, really, because you probably would have got rid of Madison because he wasn't playing in the midweek.
I mean, the one that I remember we talked about, Zaha.
Yeah.
Another who, you know, they've had a decent run of fixtures.
And they still do going forward.
Yeah. I mean, my one big thing I keep thinking about the team at the moment.
Yeah.
Is, I transferred in Van Dijk last week.
Okay. Yes.
the annoying ones for me are Sanchez. I transferred him in when
Mm,
Potter was. It was literally the week that Potter left.
okay, yeah.
So he had 4, 6, 8, 8. I transferred him. He gets 1 point, 1 point, 2 points, 2 points, 1 point.
Yeah.
And it was just like, come on.
I know, I know. Well, look,
Yeah,
I actually think you're all right, mate. Right? Because, and we're gonna.
I'm quite happy with how it is at the moment. I'd be very surprised unless obviously Haaland. I mean, I'm not going to That's the thing with Haaland. You're not going to. Are you going to use a transfer him out to bring him back in just the following week?
I know it's a big question. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to this, Alex. Oh, just on your mini league though, like how I love that. I love the Sports Direct mug.
Real when you want a double coffee, mate.
Oh, yeah. And when you have to stop the record and then start recording again, you need a big mug, don't you? And now I want to talk to you about your mini. How seriously do you guys take it? Do you have any sort of like rituals? Do you do meetups and to watch the games together? Do you have a trophy? Talk to me.
The very first Rutland Premiership, one of our housemates made certificates for everyone.
Yeah, yes, love
and that
it.
was our final year in our house, and I've still got my Rutland Premiership champion certificate.
Oh,
just on the computer, but it was we haven't had anything like that. I've got there's a few ones that I'm in at the moment. There's one where I've got in one from my mates from my hometown.
okay. What's that one called?
Inaugural TCL 2021-2022.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're fourth in that.
Yeah, and I'm fourth, but I'm kind of
out of 5.
Fourth out of 5, but it's really close. So it's like my mate Paul, who's ahead of me.
Paul Barron, smashing it.
Yeah, he's only 44 points, and I'll gain on him.
Yeah.
He's already played his He played his wild card last week.
Ah, okay.
And he's also played his free hit.
Has he?
That midweek one.
I always give each chip. I give 30 points.
Yeah.
I think that each time you use a chip, you want to gain about 30 points.
So what happened with you last week then?
Well, okay. Well, all right, mate. Lovely to have you on. The other thing I want to ask: how much research do you do other than just watch Match of the Day? You're an Arsenal season ticket holder. How much research do you do into sort of fantasy football?
I do. There's like bits. So it's like we were texting about Zaha.
Yeah.
Running games that I looked and I thought, shall I put him in? And then I was like, well, they've got a good run of games. Like there's a run of games where you can keep picking up points.
100%.
Almiron is one where every week Paul's been on about him. He's had him in for ages. And he keeps calling him War Biggie. Newcastle accent, but he keeps on at him about him. And I was like, I'm going to get him in. Last week I took him in, but I put him in for Andreas, who also is a great point scorer.
See, I want to ask you about when we get to picking the team. I'm going to ask you about Almiron because I feel like he's just playing on vibes at the moment, and I don't know whether. See, I think Zaha's the right guy to have because he's got the fixtures, but Almiron is just the vibes. Are Newcastle going to get in the top 4?
Their next 2. So if you look at Newcastle's games before the World Cup, they got Villa at home. Maybe they'll get a new manager bounce, but Emery's not in there yet.
Yeah.
Southampton away.
I've got these up now, yeah.
Southampton got a draw against the Arsenal last week, but I think you could see Newcastle playing well. They got Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
So I kind of look at it at the moment that I think that I'm certainly not going to take him out at all. And, it's like I was looking at Martinelli and I was like, he's not done anything.
But do you think Chelsea at home isn't even that difficult a fixture for Almiron now? I think they'll score in that.
Yeah, that's it. I think I watched them play Spurs the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because I dislike Spurs, but I actually did think Newcastle were quite good.
They are.
Spurs aren't. I mean, I still think maybe a Spurs defender in there. That I almost went with Perisic over.
Yeah.
The thing with Perisic is sometimes he plays, sometimes he doesn't.
I know, and you can't.
So as you can see, I've given it some thought.
Yes.
The one I think I need to do. This is where I think I need to get this team.
Okay.
I think Haaland, Jesus, and I think I need to go back to 3 up front. I think one of
because you got Greenwood,
Mitrovic or Tony, which is how I had Tony, and then took him out the week when he scored the Hattie. But it was like I think that's probably the way forward is to go maybe 3-4-3.
Talk to me about Turner. You got a problem there?
Oh mate, do you know what? Ridiculous. I went and played the
wild card.
And I just thought I can get an extra 0.1 million by putting Turner in.
Oh, and then you
And
can't get it. Three Arsenal.
I've never had on my bench. I've never had. I always do it every year, and I always go, "This is a mistake I've made." Have nothing on the bench. I go for the lowest possible.
Yeah, you want the money on the pitch.
I knew he wasn't going to play. Had Danny Ward, literally. So Danny Ward, at least he actually plays for Leicester.
Yeah.
And the reason why I had him in is because I knew he would. And I took him out for Turner just to give myself an extra 0.1 million. But that's a massive, I've dropped a massive bollock.
You have. You've dropped the ball.
Because you need, that means I can't have any more Arsenal.
I know. So and you need them now.
So I'll probably end up stupidly either suffering until we get to wild card and hook him then.
Unless you can swap him to Ramsdale.
Well, the thing is,
how much money you got?
Like Sanchez, or it's like I don't want anyone. It's just if I just think that you just need a goalkeeper that might play.
Yeah.
What Turner is, he's using up one of your Arsenal players. So I would have probably put in Saliba back in.
Yeah.
I think Ben White's a good one.
Yeah, I've got Ben White. Yeah.
So that's probably where, and I think that Ben White keeps racking up assists.
He does, yeah. A couple of assists this year, and he's. Yeah, and I don't see Arteta moving him out.
I could see him like going up in price even more, and then it's like, well, then now what do I do? But the mad thing is for me now, I've got 0.8 million in the bank.
Have you got 0.8 million? Okay. Well, the thing is, right. So you've got Sanchez. I think struggle along is my advice with Turner until the World Cup. You only got 3 games to get through, right? And if we look here, the best defensive fixtures, right? Brighton are second on that, with Chelsea at home, right? Yeah. And then they've got Wolves away and Villa at home. So, I mean, Sanchez is not the worst. And also, I would say as well, like a lot of people worry about having, because a lot of people have got Ward and Iverson, and they've obviously got Man City at home this week. But like, sometimes having a goalkeeper playing against a team that's going to take a hell of a lot of shots, there's always a chance they can get a couple of save points and come out of it with 4 points. Look at
Henderson, the Forest. Henderson racks up save points.
He got 11 points this week.
And it was just like, that's an incredible, because he also made, I think, was it 7 or something, 8 saves it said on it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the moment, as I say, I've made a couple of mistakes which have cost me. But in all my leagues, apart from weirdly enough, the one that we're in, where the geezer in front is absolutely... he's triple captain.
No, he's having a good season. He's been quite humble about it. Because he tweeted, he was just like, "Oh, it's all going to go wrong at some point. I know it is, but he's having a great season."
The mad thing is about that team is I look at it and go, I wouldn't have that.
Really?
Solanke up front. I was just like, oh, we're going to need bench Wilson. That was stupid.
I know. But then that's the thing with Spurs away. You were thinking Spurs have won 5 out of 5 at home. You're thinking they're going to be Conte and they're going to be really tight. So I mean, that's why people bringing an Alma on. I was like, I don't know about that. But
I think
more fool me.
I played the wild card as well because people were racking up points for basically, like James was getting points and I didn't have him and I was just like, right, I'm going to put him in. And he did nothing, then got injured. So that was a big mistake. But I'm definitely, I think this week I'm keeping it the same. Maybe save up.
Have you got any moves that you think you would make looking at this now?
No, as I say, the only thing I sometimes think is take out De Bruyne, give yourself some more money, put in Foden and then stick Kane.
Yeah. But then De Bruyne has worked out for you this week. And the thing is as well, is that Pep Guardiola came out after the game and he said that he was noticing players that were being a bit careful about getting injured before the World Cup. Because you look at like Varane's now out at the World Cup. Yeah. And so he thinks that, I don't know if that is in referring to Foden. Because Foden got benched for the first time. Obviously perfect for you, not for me, who'd used his wild card. And the first time you've been benched all season, Alex.
Yeah,
so,
I mean...
Good decision by me.
You look at their fixtures again, and they've got Leicester away, Fulham at home, Brent at home. I mean...
They've got the best attacking fixtures. And I think De Bruyne is a massive differential for you now, man, because everyone's got Cancelo, Haaland, and they've all getting in Foden, like I have. So you're like, any time De Bruyne is getting points, you're gonna be jumping up the ranks.
Yeah, the other controversial one which I considered, having seen him miss a few chances the other day, was Jesus. Taking him out.
Yeah. You can't before Forest at home, though, surely.
No, I mean, it's a mugs game.
Yeah, be mad.
I mean, there is I mean, I'll be honest, that's probably where my captain will go.
Really?
If Haaland doesn't play, if it looks like Haaland's not going to play, I might roll the dice.
Are you sort of someone that will take quite risky moves like that? Because I know last week people were captaining Salah, and I was like, I don't know about that.
I mean, at the start, there was a moment, it was very similar last season when with Salah, where everyone captained Salah and they just kept him as their captain all season. You don't even think about it just because you can't afford to lose it because everyone else has it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to be a maverick. And then I remember the week when he scored a hat-trick against United. And I didn't have him as captain. And I'm always sure because I have blind faith. It's always like, with Jesus, I think, obviously I want him to score because I want us to win, but how much better it will be. If he scores, we win. And also I've gained points on people because of it.
Yes.
So I veer towards that. And I've captained Saka.
I'm the opposite. Because I would rather, I'd rather captain a Spurs player. Because then if Spurs win, I'm like, livid. But I've got Lucas Hora as captain. So, the
best transfer I've done all season, I put Son in.
Yeah.
I put Son in the week and he was benched. Remember he texted
me? I know, this was it. Talk to me about this. I'm still annoyed.
And he's back out again. I literally had him in for that game.
You've smashed that.
I don't want Spurs to do well. I took him out, and I think that was when I put De Bruyne in. Yeah, it was.
But I'm having the worst season ever. I can kill any player. So basically, if I want Spurs to get relegated, I need to bring in more of those players. That's the luck I'm having. Like my team this week, you're looking at that team going, right, he's got Salah away to Nottingham Forest, Foden at home to Brighton, Saka and Martinelli both away at Southampton, Bowen, who came off 2 minutes before they got a penalty. The penalty taker, brilliant. My Bowen got 3 points. He got the most points out of any of my midfield. I'm picking the right players.
I mean,
it's their fault.
Yeah, as I say, but it's like, because you played your wild card as well.
Yeah.
You still look at that midfield and I think looking at that to me seems that's a solid team.
But Alex, would you sell Bowen this week? He's got Man United, right? I'm looking at the attacking fixtures here. Now,
and then Palace and Leicester.
So I could go for, let me float this your way, Iwobi. He's a baller now. Lampard's getting a tune out of him. Fulham away.
He is. I saw a thing I think when I went to go and do it the other day, there was, on the Premier League, it was like one of the little articles.
Yeah.
And it's like, Iwobi's one of the top performing ones.
He is.
I just can't. I can't do that because I watched him for so long for Arsenal. I don't know. I've had my fill of my disappointment pot is full with it. So I don't want to. There's no room for it. I can't. So that's all
right. Okay, Iwobi's out. Right. What about Almiron?
I think you can't. My mate Paul,
you can't go Almiron.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with him. He's adamant. And the mad thing is, he took him out. He played his free hit and didn't put Almiron in it.
Really?
Instead, he had Sterling, and Sterling didn't start.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I think for you, the other one I was looking at, I know because City have got Leicester.
Yeah.
The one I'm looking at is Liverpool. I know they struggled last week against Forest. But Salah is starting to look sharp again. I think Salah's one where he's going to start to get...
What about Alex? What about last night, Harvey Elliott scored. Could I bring in Harvey Elliott for Bowen?
Well, but then I think that's not a particularly stupid thing to do because with Liverpool's injuries, he'll play.
Yeah.
Won't he? So, again,
could be tasty at home to Leeds.
They're expensive either.
No. And also, I think I could basically sign anyone because there's no one over Bowen's price that I would want.
Leeds at the moment.
Yeah.
They played so well against
Jesse Morris.
They were so good against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I really liked Sinisterra. I thought he's a real player.
Yeah.
And then I thought they'll get something at Leicester and they'll beat Fulham at home. Kept saying it to my Leeds mates. I was like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And they somehow it seems like they peaked against us, didn't get what they deserved. And I'm humble enough to say I think they probably...
No, I'm 100%.
And so it's a weird one. I think I'm interested to see what Arteta does tonight with Arsenal.
Yes.
Because I tell you what, he's got to start like this thing where he says about they should be able to play 60, 70 games a season. To me, I don't think that's going to be
No.
true. And that'll come back to haunt him because I think Saka, I think Jesus looked slightly knackered the other day. I think so. If he starts Jesus, if he starts Saka, I just think just rest him. And if we get beat by PSV, all we've got to do is get a point against Zurich.
Totally.
And we've still won the group, so I'm like, I know they want to avoid the 2 games.
I know, but please rest everyone tonight, please.
But I think that if he plays full 90, then on Sunday, then you're looking at with Jesus again. If he doesn't score in the first half, how long's he?
I know.
And it's the way he plays as well. Jesus is everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the one. That will influence me. If Jesus plays 90 tonight,
you might sell him.
It's a big shout. That would be that's Maverick stuff. That is.
But I feel like that's your vibe, Alex.
I'm not. I still like to play fairly safe. Chelsea defenders are doing me head in. I never know who's going to play for Chelsea now. I can't tell.
Nah, he changes it everywhere.
So there was like last week when I put Van Dijk in. One of the big reasons was I went through and I was just like, Louis going to play. I don't know. Like I tell you the one, Fofana's still great value.
Yeah. He just needs to wait till he comes back from injury.
If he gets in and starts playing games, that'll be one. And I saw that at the start of the season. Since they signed him, I was like, he's good value. He's really good value. So
now look, Alex, I'm just slightly concerned about the time. So what I want to do is I want to go through the fixtures and I want to ask you for your prediction. I'm fine for time, but I'm aware I'm taking up you got a pool lesson in about 10 minutes, and I don't want you missing it. I know what your coach is like. He's fuming.
Yeah, no, I have pool lessons before lunch, and handstands are after lunch. It's difficult because I'd like to do them the other way around because with the food in your stomach, but so, and then it's golf.
Yeah.
It's just that's a regular day for me.
So I just don't want to get in the way of that, all right? You've already given me enough of your time, and we did 10 minutes that no one will ever see. So, right, first of all, Leicester, the early fixture, 12:30, Leicester at home to Man City.
Well, I think City will still win, even with... I think Haaland will play.
Yeah, so do I.
I think he'll play, and the other one, obviously, that came off was Cancelo.
Yeah,
And Guardiola said both of them were feeling a bit iffy. I reckon both will probably... The Cancelo's the one who might not, but I think he knows.
But there was a lovely picture of Haaland in the swimming pool the day afterwards, so he can't have been... And with his hair all down, he looked lovely.
I think Haaland will be... I think he'll be fine.
There's a clip of him limping. There is a clip of him limping on the way to...
But then Guardiola said it was because he said he was feeling unwell, didn't he?
Well, he said he was feeling unwell, but he said he'd had a knock on his ankle as well. So then he was limping, but then they've come out and said that he's fine and there's no serious problems. But I agree with you. I still think he'll play. So
I think the thing is that's where FPL sometimes throws you because as soon as it puts that little yellow bit over it, you're like, oh,
I know.
75%, but really, let's be honest, it's probably about 90% chance.
Yeah. Well, everyone was worried about Saka, weren't they?
I think they need to go more kind of like Nandos scale.
They do. That'd be perfect.
Like Reg, it's definitely not planned. But I think there's some more subtle levels.
If you're lemon and herb, you know you're going to get a game, don't you?
Yeah, I think that. Absolutely. I think like. Yeah,
so where is he? He's mango and lime at the moment.
Haaland's is mango and lime. I'd even go as far as to say he's virtually on the Nandinos.
Okay, right, but Fofana, extra hot.
Yeah.
Okay. So put a score on it then, Alex. Put a score on it.
I'll go 3-1 City, and it'll really annoy me because Cancelo won't get the
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 3-1 City. Very nice. I'm going to go for 4-0 City, and I still think Ward will get loads of points because I think City will have about 48 shots. What about Bournemouth?
Chuck on him.
Oh, probably Bournemouth. I'm not going to play him. But I tell you, that's right. I'm not going to play him, Alex. So I tell you now, Leicester will keep a clean sheet. Right, Bournemouth Spurs, 3:00 game.
As much as what my, by the way, I've watched Spurs. It's not just because I'm nice. Some of their football that it's so, but like I don't know what's going on there.
But as soon as they start playing. Last night, they played for the last 15 minutes. They look like they could score every attack.
I see the guy in the Independent the other day genuinely suggest this, that Conte is holding the players back physically until after the World Cup.
I heard that.
And I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is
Yeah.
like, why would he possibly tell them to hold back, which is costing them points at the moment? That just, to me, Conte's a winner.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, some of it's, but I still think Spurs are a decent side, as much as I don't like. I think when they play, I still, it's like against us. I was seeing the Spurs like came forward. They've got so many good
They've
players.
got to start attacking. It's
Yeah, I mean,
mad.
Bournemouth were a bit hard done by against. Do you know what? This is because I'm hopeful.
Okay, yeah. I like it.
I'm going to say 1-1 draw.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
And it's only because I'm an Arsenal fan.
No.
I'm saying, otherwise, I'd have gone with the Spurs.
And
win.
also, Spurs had a hard game last night.
Yeah.
Got to go down to Bournemouth. I reckon they might sneak a win here, Bournemouth. The only trouble is Solanke came off injured in the last game, and he was wearing an ankle brace. So
they'll stick big Kiefer Moore up there, give him all sorts of problems.
Oh, big Kiefer Moore against Longley.
Derby chirps into the referee, moaning, but Kiefer Moore's going to cause them all sorts.
I love it. I'm going to go for a Bournemouth win. Bournemouth 2-1. Come on, the Cherries. Okay, right, next one. Brentford Wolves. Another 3 o'clock game.
Brentford are in a bad run at the moment. They're in a really bad run. I think they've got to pick. I can see Brentford winning 2-1.
Okay, yeah, Brentford 2-1. Let's do Brighton Chelsea, 3 o'clock. Potter against his old club.
Yeah, but I think Chelsea will win. I can see Chelsea scoring a couple.
Yeah.
So I think Brighton's problem is scoring, so 2-0 Chelsea.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna go for Chelsea 2-1 on that one. Crystal Palace Southampton, another 3 o'clock games. Loads of 3 o'clock games. I love this.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with 3. Yeah, I'm going to go with 3-1 Palace.
See, that's the annoying thing that Arsenal didn't go and beat Southampton because they do look rubbish. And Palace are very good at home.
They were terrible against us in that first half and we should have been out of sight. But
yeah.
That's what you get.
Yeah, you got to take the ref out of the game. So yeah. I think I agree with you. Palace 2-0. So I would say your Palace defenders, your Guaita in goal, your Gahey, your Zaha, Eze.
Last year, Guaita was my goalkeeper. All the
really?
This year.
Well, everyone said to me, bring him on your wild card, and I brought in Pickford. He was the only success story I have from my wild card was Pickford. Okay, Newcastle at home to Villa.
Oh, Newcastle all day long. I think they're playing so well.
Even though Villa, Emery, what are you thinking about that? Emery now at Villa.
Do you know what? I think if Emery had been able to make some more decisions at Arsenal, I think it'd have been all right. But I don't think he's a bad manager, particularly. But Emery's not there yet. So
no, it's next game he comes in, isn't it?
Yeah. They had a good result against Brentford the other day, Villa. But I still think Newcastle just look a really decent side. Yeah. I'm gonna go with 3-0 Newcastle.
Okay.
And Almiron to either.
I'm gonna bring in Almiron. I've got to do it. I would love to do a Wobie, just to be different to other people, and it would look like genius, but it won't look like genius when he gets 2 points until the World Cup.
1-0.
Okay. Fulham Everton 1-0.
It'll annoy you because I reckon it would probably be like Mitrovic that will score.
Yeah, I've got Mitrovic. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, Liverpool Leeds.
Liverpool.
Under the lights at Anfield.
Liverpool will win 2-0.
I think that could be a tasty one. I think Liverpool, I don't know why I'm saying this. I thought they were back after they had a couple of good wins against City and West Ham and then they lost to Forest. But I think at home, at Anfield, Núñez is back. I think Liverpool win that 3-0. Okay. Arsenal Forest, will you be going?
4-1 Arsenal.
4-1. You're going to be there?
So in my head, I am.
Yes.
In my head, I've already had the narrative, which is that he'll rest some people tonight, hopefully.
Yes, good.
And the thing where we missed chances the other day, we'll come back and it'll be like a blast. We'll go and it'll be like, there you go. Where was that the other day? So I'm going to it in my head. And then, or Forest will score first and we'll come and.
I really hope you're right with that. I really, because I'm worried that we're just looking a bit knackered. But I do think this is the game that's going to turn around. It's a perfect game for us to have after that Southampton. So I'm going to go with 3-0 to the Arsenal. And then finally, Man United West Ham.
I'm going to go with 2-2. No, 1-0 United.
1-0 United. So Bowen's definitely a sell for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd get rid of him. Dallow's a half decent.
Yeah,
ones.
he's gone up in price, so he's up to 4.7 now. But yeah, no, he's good. He loves a shot as well, Dallo. All right, I like these, Alex. But before I let you go, my man, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about Soccer Aid. Is that all right?
The big couple of questions I always get asked. I don't know if I've got longer arms than Jordan Pickford. I need to.
All right, hang on. Let me cross that off.
I thought these were live questions.
Yeah. No, it's about Soccer Aid. You played in Soccer Aid.
So, yeah, Soccer Aid is one of the greatest things.
Okay, tell me the bit, because I had Ian Sterling on the other day, right?
Yeah.
And he told me his greatest thing and his most surprising thing. So, what was the greatest thing about the whole experience? And did you play at Wembley?
It was at London Stadium.
Oh, lovely. Okay, lovely.
I'd say there's two.
Yeah.
One, so actually, I've got to quickly give you three. I'll give you
okay,
three.
yeah, it's fine.
One is being in a hot tub on the Friday with Roberto Carlos.
No.
And his translator, and having banter with him through a translator. But what was lovely is Martin Cox was also there. He was laughing when I was saying stuff. But then you'd get the translator do the bit in Portuguese for Roberto, and he'd give it a laugh. So and then I was like, he thinks he really loves my banter here.
Does he? So Roberto Carlos was laughing?
Yeah, so Robbie Keane went to try to whistle to get everyone's attention on the first night. And then he did it with his fingers, and then I went to do it. No one heard the first time. And Roberto Carlos, literally, he reacted like it was Del Boy falling through the fire. That was the funniest thing. And then there was a thing where I fell over in training, and there was a clip of it that went out. And on the day of the game, he'd get going to making me show people this clip on my phone of me falling over in training. And then he'd just piss himself laughing and go off. So he was.
Did you get to the point where you were like, all right, mate?
Yeah, so that, like, Roberto Carlos, that was
brilliant. Love that. Yeah. Who was your manager?
Harry Redknapp.
Okay, nice.
The reception coach when I came off was unlike anything I've ever experienced. It was unbelievable. So that was incredible. It was one of the all-time great moments of my life. Also, I was just so happy to come off. I was knackered.
Well, yeah.
I'd done okay. I was never going to tear up any trees. I think I got the ball. I had 5 touches.
Yeah.
And I completed on like 4 of them.
That's all right. That's a good percentage.
One of them, I made sure I took kickoff, so I had at least one.
That's good. Yeah,
I insisted on taking it. That was amazing. Also, I got to start, so that was incredible. I still think I'd have done better if Mo Farah had given the ball to me when he should have, but it is what it is. He just wanted to run on his own. That's absolutely
exactly. He loves that.
Just the idea was I kept dropping give me the ball, then he runs on. He'd just go and just run into nowhere, and then by that time I'd be marked by someone. But it is what it is. I've let it go.
No, exactly. Yeah. But he can't stop running. That's his. Did you work on any of that in training? Did you like? Was any of that sort of like? Oh, okay. Was it just in your head?
Yeah, I was just told to basically is to never come back further than the halfway line.
Okay.
Just to stay up and like kind of anyway, it didn't work out, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I think the other bit, there was Mark Noble went to me before the game. He was like, he went, "You're one of the most incredible people I've ever met." And I thought he was bantering me. He went, "I want to walk out next to you." And if you watch it back, we walk out arm in arm. And that's his home stadium, and he's a West Ham legend.
Yeah.
And that was pretty incredible.
Amazing, man.
It was one of, and also it's like a stag do with footballers, and we raised money for this incredible cause.
Yeah.
Also, mate, and then Harry Redknapp telling me to sit down when I was messing about putting Dave Seaman's gloves on. That is one of the most surreal moments.
There's so many names in that.
Yeah. Because the goalkeeper got injured, David Hayward got injured. And we weren't allowed to put anyone else on to replace him unless it was a celebrity. And Harry Redknapp's doing his nut gun, but we've got our celeb goalkeepers in there. And then I tried to leave, like, I thought, it's tension here, so I'll come down and like try and like lighten the mood.
Yeah.
So I went to see him. I was like, "Yeah, come on, Dave, give me your gloves." And then there's a clip they showed of me with holding the gloves up. But then what you don't see, Harry Redknapp's going to me, sit down, would you?
Oh, really? And he meant it.
And then his head had gone, but he's a winner. He's a winner.
I love that they still take it that seriously.
Yeah, mate. It was just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And what I will say is, if I get to do it again, and they do give me the call up. I just thought to myself, no one expects anything of me, so I won't train. And what I will do this time is I will try and shed a bit of timber, because at the least
Really?
I want to look half decent. I was dumb. Oh, I am dumpy, but I was like, the shirt was still a bit tight on me than what I wanted to, and I'm kind of waddling around. It's like even if I lose some weight, even with my legs, I'll still look a bit better.
Okay, yeah. Now, the last question I have, and then I'll let you go, is what was the thing that surprised you the most about Soccer Aid?
It was definitely just how lovely all the ex-pros were.
Really?
I thought they'd be like, who's this geezer? Like,
Yeah.
But they were just so nice, and I spent a lot of time just like hanging around with them, and all of the guys that were on the England team, like Teddy Sheringham and all of those, they were just brilliant. I got really well with Robbie Keane and Stuart Downing, and I spent a lot of time just like kind of like knocking about with them. And
It's
it's
the dream you have, isn't it?
It is, and it's just you just can't. It's amazing.
Oh man, it sounds amazing. Well, look, Alex, thank you so much for coming on the show. I do really appreciate it, mate.
I'd love to come back on,
mate.
I'd love to come back on, and definitely, now I've made some big shouts. I want to see
how you do. And also, like, I think you need to. I think you and I keep in correspondence, because I think we're gonna get to the point where your mates are gonna say, "What are you doing? Are you cheating? Are you cheating?"
I think we need to help each other through this.
Yeah, it is. Because that's the thing, Alex.
If you're around on Sunday,
I will. Yeah, I will see you in the pub. Because one thing I will say is, like, the thing is, like, I sort of parade myself as this guy that can give advice about FPL. It's not very good when you're sitting 2 millionth in the world and all my mates are above me.
I'll be honest with you. When you first started talking to me about FPL loads at the start of the season, I was like, "Oh, Luke,
here's the boy."
And then after about 3 weeks, I was like, why am I getting advice off of this geezer?
He's walking around like I think I've got the cheat codes. It's infuriating. Shut up. Go away. Anyway, look, I'll come back. I'll be back. All right? Don't worry about that.
We both will, mate.
Right. Thanks so much, Alex. Listen, stick around. Hit yourself on mute and I'll say goodbye afterwards, but I'm just going to do the outro. Right. Thanks, Alex. See you later, mate.
Bye.
Right, guys, thank you so much for a lovely episode. I'm so sorry. The stuff you missed at the start, I'll find somewhere getting at you, but thank you so much. It's the Halloween special. Send your Halloween names, put them in the comments. You're all legends. We'll get through this together. I'll be back, and then you'll trust my advice once again. Thank you, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.